What's going on, guys? I'm joined by Ken Goe. Ken is recently retired, but spent 43 years as a sports writer for the Oregonian. Thank you, Ken, for joining us, and congratulations on winning this award.
Oh, thank you very much.
So, Ken, what was your career path like on your way to where you ended up? Did you always know that you wanted to be part of this industry?
Yeah, I wanted to be a writer, and I think when I graduated from college, I thought I was going to write the great American novel, but I needed a way to pay the bills in the interim, so I wound up a sports writer, and I actually found that to be a very fulfilling career, and the novel's still unwritten.
Awesome. Well, hey, there's always time now, right? You still have the time. Never too late. Um, What's it like spending most of your career at one place? I know when I talk to some of these award winners, um, they say one of their greatest accomplishments in their career is just staying in the business for so long. So I can't imagine staying in the business in the industry for so long, being great at it, but also being able to stay in one place. How has that been?
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable, I think. And as I talk to other people in the business, not common. Um, uh, I was pretty lucky, I think, in a lot of ways. I only had one job before I came to the Oregonian, and that was on a weekly paper. Um,
Wow.
and the Oregonian was looking to expand, and so they were hiring a lot of people right then. And I just happened to be in the right place at the right time when they were looking to fill a high school sporting position in what they call the zone section, which was part of the metro area. And it was actually very, very similar to the job I'd been doing on the weekly paper. So I sort of fell into it. There was a lot I didn't know that I had to learn on the job to work for a daily paper. Um, and then, as you probably know, the business has changed so much in recent years. You have to evolve, or you don't last. Because
Right.
um, in big contrast to when I started, now the industry's downsizing. So if you can't adapt, if you don't learn how to use the new technology and different ways of doing things, you're not going to last. And I don't know that I was great at it, but I did just enough always to escape being one of the people that got thrown overboard. So
Awesome. And what would you consider to be your favorite part of your job in that time?
I think profiling people, uh, sort of getting to know the person that's behind the athlete or the coach. A football player is that the public doesn't really see the person, even because they're wearing a uniform and a helmet and pads, and getting to know some of these people away from that scene of competition. And another sport I covered quite a bit of was track and field, and particularly Olympic level track athletes. And those are athletes that don't get a lot of exposure to the general public. And they're often very thoughtful and very interesting people, and getting to know them was great. And also liked just the buzz of being at a big event, where the just that anticipation that something's going to happen, and then something dramatic does happen. I mean, the 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 things that make a great story are obstacles and surmounting obstacles, or coming close and not surmounting them, and all that happens on a daily basis in sports.
Right, right. So in your career, what would you consider to be, and this could be something tangible or intangible, to be the greatest highlight of your career?
Hmm. Well, I've covered three Olympics, and those were all uh, great experiences. Not necessarily when you're going through them, because those are long days and it's a grueling pace. But to have done that and uh, been part of something that's such a world stage, everybody throughout the world pays attention to what's happening.
Right.
So to see those things, and to travel to places like Beijing and Rio de Janeiro and London, that are some of the great cities in the world, and to have the company pay for that was awesome. And to see Usain Bolt run, and
Yeah.
Ashton Eaton, who I saw set the world record in the decathlon.
Wow.
Those things are just really cool, and it's just, I feel lucky to. I mean, I didn't do those things. I just happened to be given a ringside seat to the people who.
Right. Yeah, that sounds incredible. And a lot of people talk about just being able to cover one is incredible enough. But being able to cover three like you did is insane. I can't even imagine. Um, what is the best piece of advice you can give someone who is thinking about pursuing a career in this industry?
I'm sorry, I missed part of your question.
Sorry. So what is the best piece of advice you could give someone who's thinking about pursuing a career in this industry?
Well, it's not a job you go into if you want to make a lot of money. So you're going to have to be satisfied with some of the other benefits that are non-financial. So, and then you need to be flexible. Like I said, the industry is changing so much, so rapidly, that you've got to be willing to adapt. When I started, we were working on electric typewriters. And we were tied to a production schedule of the newspaper. We had 4 editions at the Oregonian, and once that last edition went, the day was over. And if something else happened, it waited for the next day's newspaper. Now it's 24/7, and you need to be quick and fast and accurate and get things up on the web immediately, because if you don't, somebody else is. And the business that you're working for, the website or the newspaper, is successful because people are going to it for information, whether they're, that your site is trying to make money off digital advertising, or if it's got a paywall. Either way, the only way it makes that money is if people go to the site and read the story, and the only way they do that is if you're fast and accurate. So,
Right.
if you're in print, or I guess even in broadcast, you just got to be fast and accurate and consistent. People learn to know to go to your site for the information that they want.
Right. Well, those are all the questions I have, Ken. Thank you for all of that insight into your career and advice. If there's anyone you want to shout out, or if there's any closing remarks you want to leave us with, you can go ahead and do that now.
Well, no, I just feel tremendously honored to have this award, seeing other people that have it, both in my state and outside my state, are people that I've looked up to for years. So to be considered among them is a tremendous honor.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ken, and congratulations again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.